Hey guys, Tim and Shana from Punk Rope, and today's video is about warming up before you jump. So Shana's going to show you a whole bunch of different movements. Now we have some different ideas. She and I have different ideas about the warm-up, and you may have different ideas about the warm-up, and everyone's a little different because of injury history and time available and so on, and anatomy, and there's like a million factors, but we're going to take you through a bunch of different movements, and these you could either incorporate into your personal warm-up, if you're jumping solo, or if you're teaching a class or you're part of a group, this could be part of a group warm-up. And just to review, so warming up, part of it's physiological, right? Because you want to get the body ready for the work it's going to do. But part of it, I know, wasting time. Part of it is mental, because you want to get your head in the right frame of mind before you start doing any kind of intense work. So anyway, Shana is on, she's on a yoga mat. It's actually a really cool mat.
We call this is kind of general, joint mobilization.
Joint mobilizations. Oh. So this mat is from Scoria, Scoria. I have no financial affiliation with them. They're in Canada. They are amazing. These are cork mats. They're beautiful. So this is empty coat sleeves. So what Shana's doing, she's got her feet wider than her hips. She's got her arms swinging relaxed as if she was wearing a winter coat that's way too big. She has the heel coming up and she's pivoting on the balls of the feet. You could do these for time or for reps. We'll often do about 10 to each side. We're not going to count for this video, right? We're just going to kind of just shoot it off the cuff. So keep that stance. And these are wood chops now. So feet still a little wider than hips. And Shana's going to reach up. I may have to back up. She's going to inhale. And she's going to chop down as if she had an axe with an exhale. So this is opening up the hips, opening up the ribs, shoulders. Here's the side view. And then flexing at the hips and at the knees and at the ankles. So it's basically triple extension, triple flexion with a straight back, with an inhale and with an exhale. So that's number 2. Awesome, guys. And then we're going to go side bend. So pretty much the same stance. One arm comes over the top of the head. So Shana's separating her ribs from her hips. And she's keeping her hips square. You'll notice that a lot of folks rotate their hips in this mobilization. They twist. We want to try to fight that. If you wanted a deeper stretch, you could grab the top wrist, give it a gentle tug, but gentle, okay? Awesome. And so then we're going to take the feet quite a bit wider. This is an adductor, ADD, as opposed to abductor. So adductors are the inside muscles. The abductors are the outside. And so Shana's shifting her weight from side to side. At the extreme, one leg is relatively straight. The other knee is bent. And we want to feel this in the inner thighs. Now, a lot of folks are very, very tight here. So go slow, go easy. I'm not sure if Shana was trying to tell me straight back or don't hinge too far forward, or...
We could spend a whole video on the difference between doing a side lunge and an adductor stretch.
Yeah.
I call the senior version. You don't bend at your hips.
All right, we're not gonna do a whole video on that.
Or if you want to if you're martial artist.
Yeah.
You're sitting on your heel.
Yes, this is gonna vary a lot depending on where you're at, mobility wise. But anyway, we're moving along. Now we're gonna go to a hip hinge. Very important movement, not only for warming up, but this is a really fundamental movement in strength training, right? If you were doing a deadlift, you would hip hinge. If you were doing a kettlebell swing, you would hip hinge. And so what you're going to notice is Shana's back is straight. You could have a slight arch. What you don't want to do is round.
That's a different stretch.
That is different. We're not going to do that.
Feels good.
And you should feel this way up high in the hamstrings and the glutes, top of the hamstrings, so that's the origin. We'll do a few of these. Awesome,
You're a
guys.
superstar.
Now, by the way, your whole warm-up should take maybe around 5 minutes. Some people, now Shana will go longer, I think, when she does it for herself. Some people will go to 10. Really depends on how much time you have and what state you're in when you begin your warm-up. And then we're going to go to cross crawl, which is elbow to opposite knee, or for people who have limited range of motion, it might be hand to opposite knee. Now for jumpers, you could add impact. That would be a little hop with the cross crawl. And by the way, cross crawl is supposed to sync up the two hemispheres of the brain. So after this, you're way smarter. Okay, not really, that's not been proven, but. And then we're gonna go to a knee circle. So we can take it both clockwise and counterclockwise. I'd probably have a little more separation between the knees so that we can maintain good alignment throughout. You know, a lot of folks are gonna let their knees cave in and kind of smush together, but I don't think that's the best form.
I don't go very far. It's like, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Good. And then I know Shana likes to do some heel raises, which makes a lot of sense because your calves are going to work very hard when you're jumping.
This is an ankle circle.
And that is an ankle circle, so we'll get to the heel raise later. So ankle circles, you're kind of pivoting on the ball of the foot and rotating. Almost a little bit like supination to pronation. Go in both directions there. Good, doing each leg individually. Then you want to do the heel raise next?
Absolutely.
All right. So yeah, it's easier to see from the side view. So you are putting pressure on the balls of your feet, lifting the heels. Now that's going to load the calves quite a bit. But your calves are going to be loaded every single time you jump rope. So this is something you really have to be comfortable with. And then these are little pulses. Shana's actually not leaving the ground. She's lifting her heels quickly and bringing them down quickly. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Little flex in the knees, little flex in the ankles, little flex in the hips. And of course, if you wanted to do some shadow jumping, which would be jumping without the rope, very small jumps, you could add that as well. Some people like to break a sweat when they're warming up, so you could certainly add some other movements that would increase your heart rate more and get you sweating. Shadow jumping can do that. And then I like to finish my warm-up with a pat down, which is something you'll see fighters do, like a little whack. Just wakes up the nervous system. Boom. And then you should be ready to go. Okay, guys? So if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. And Shana's going for something. I don't know what she's getting, but she's getting something. Feel free to subscribe. Oh, she's getting a rope. Subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, if you have any questions at all, jot them down in the comments section below and we will answer them. We always do in a very timely manner. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.